It's motorsport stripped to the core. Competition down to earth and flying high. It is rally. This is the East Coast Bullbars Australian Rally Championship. Brought the cream to the top. The unique surface of the West Australian roads near Busselton brought out the best and worst in the outright rally championship in the Quick Forest Rally last round. Eli Evans was on the front foot. The all-tarmac Petters Power Stage, not something suited to rally cars, but Evans and Weston demonstrated their skill set was wider than just gravel. Scott Petter grabbed points in the power stage, and a heat win brought he and Dale Moscott closer to the lead. The Swiss Renault Clio showing it could match the fast Honda outfit. Tom Wilde and Bill Hayes were lucky to finish after a consistent event, only to have an off in the dying stages of the rally. They did make it to the finish and managed to hang on to third for the weekend. It was a much better outing for Brendan Reeves and Rhiannon Smythe, a close second in the power stage, and some aggressive competition in Heat 2 kept them in touch with the lead 3. They finished the weekend in fourth equal with the Warhope Warrior. With more time behind the wheel, Michael Bowden and Helen Cheers brought the LG VW Polo home in a respectable display of consistency. Eli Evans continues to lead the way after his dominant performance in the opening 2 rounds, although Scott Petter is giving no ground. Tom Wilde has knocked Jack Monkhouse back into 4th and Michael Bowden 5th. Renault leads in manufacturer terms, with Mark Petter's non-finish in WA hurting the Honda team chances. So it's the Scouts Rally SA where teams have gathered north of Adelaide to fight out the 3rd round of the championship. And it all begins in Gawler, the state's first country town established in the mid-1800s. Gawler might have prospered in the early days from the discovery of copper in nearby Kapunda and Burra, but this weekend it will prosper from hosting the opening stages of Scouts Rally SA.
Well, we've only got a few minutes before we see the running of the 3rd round of the East Coast Bullbars Australian Rally Championship, the Scouts Rally SA. Now, for the first time ever, the city of Gawler has opened its doors for them to allow them to run a super special stage around the showgrounds, and that will be run under lights. Tomorrow and Sunday, the event moves to the east to those fabulous Shire roads, occasionally diving in to the forestry around Mount Crawford. Earlier today, the Petters Power Stage was run and won by the series leader, Eli Evans. But the dark horse came in second, the local Jack Monkhouse.
Monkhouse was on fire in the turbo Nissan, but even the efforts of a deflating finish arch couldn't keep him from upsetting the 2 previous finalists. Tom Wilde joining the mix, finishing 3rd and pushing Brendan Reeves back into 4th. Wilde's teammate Scott Petter was only good for 5th after an oversteer spin near the end of the 2.6 kilometre track.
Got no brakes, mate. You're right.
For the second time in a row, Eli Evans showed why he will stand between anyone and the title in 2013. Super Special stages have become a tradition in the ARC, a way of bringing rally action to the people. And that's what Gawler's mayor figured on when he threw the city's weight behind a Super Special stage run at night to kick off Scouts Rally SA. After a disappointing start to the weekend, Scott Petter was aiming to change all that as the rally proper got ready to go.
We were pretty confident about the power stage this morning, but obviously didn't eventuate. But if you had said to me at the start of the year that we'd be within 20 points going to South Australia, I probably would have been reasonably happy with that, being a new car and new team. So, we just be consistent and keep going and stay out of trouble. And there's no doubt Eli's going to have strikes and troubles throughout the year, and we just need to be on him the whole time.
For Eli's part, he wasn't about to give his competition any chance to pounce.
We got the power stage, this morning, and couldn't be happier. Another 5 championship points, and we actually extended our lead from 11 to 16. So that actually takes a little bit of pressure off this weekend for me to win each day and win the rally. So nice relaxed approach for this one for me. But look, that may change to stage one. I'm sure the other guys are going to be pretty quick to try and take the lead early, and it's a fast stage, this first one, so the Honda Jazz is going to be absolutely flat out.
And that's exactly what it was, flat out. Evans takes the first pass over the 1.1 kilometre circuit, leaving the car park and sprinting down the street to the bottom showground entrance and then around to the back of the oval.
Easy left 2, right 1 long dusty. Then left 4 through gate, gravel. Fast right 6, 150. Care narrow entry, fast right 5 along. Care narrow exit.
A purpose-built jump led him to the finish back in the car park.
Yep.
Penner is not slow either. The Renault just half a second behind the Honda on both passes. Next, a third mark in as many places. The Mazda 2 is being pushed through the repeat Super Special, just a second behind the leaders. Special guest Molly Taylor and Sebastian Marshall join the Scouts Rally SA in the Hino-backed Ford Fiesta from N8 Motorsport. As expected, the smaller engine R2 1600 is well off the lead pace and mixing it with the second tier of 2-litre capacity cars. Stephen McKenzie and Ben Searcy in the earlier model Fiesta are quickest, 6th fastest overall through the first Super Special. If they were happy, and so too was Gawler Mayor Brian Samble.
I've just been speaking to a number of my councillors and also the CEO, and they're just over the moon about the way it's all set up, and we're so very, very proud to have it here in our town. So hopefully it'll be for the next 4 years too.
With that prospect, we'll be back in a moment. It's a cold and crisp morning mist at Mount Pleasant as teams prepare to exit the overnight Parc Fermé for the third round of the Rally Championship. Exiting Parc Fermé is no issue for the Repco team. Theirs was exiting South Africa.
Yeah, unfortunately we had a few issues getting our engines out of South Africa due to some customs and logistics problems. But look, we made the decision at the last minute to get here to get some more time in a front-wheel drive vehicle and also on these roads, because obviously they're a lot different to most of the other rounds in Australia.
Will Orders missed the Super Special last night, replacing injectors in the Nissan in readiness for today.
We had a good test on Wednesday, everything seemed to be really good, and then got to the power stage, and for some reason we've got some fuel issues with the car, which we seem to have fixed without a problem. So we just missed those 2 stages last night, which is not such a big thing for us. We get a derived time from our stage times. It's average of our stage times today, so hopefully we can do all right this morning.
Scott Petter will be hoping to do all right this morning too, happy to just be 1 second behind the leader, Eli Evans, after last night.
I'm not very sharp around those sort of things. The car felt really good. We ran a soft tyre, which is similar to what we ran in the power stage, which I think helped a bit too. So, it's good, and I look forward to today.
Today's stages bring a wide range of road, surface and terrain, something unique to South Australia.
Compared to Western Australia, where it's just loose ball bearings, and even if it rains, it's still ball bearings. Whereas here, if it packs down, you get some really good grip out of it. So, I think it might chop up in Crawford today, but I'm hoping the Polo's strong enough that it's going to handle that.
3 very different stages. The first stage is an out-and-out drag race, so the Silvios will be very fast in there. And then obviously the middle one is Mount Crawford, which is a bit of everything. Some tight stuff, some fast stuff, a couple of slippery bits in there on recce. And the third stage is out of character. It's a Canberra-like stage with some stumps and trees and very cresty and tight and twisty. So 3 of the most different stages you probably get in the championship.
Duels is the first of those stages, and as predicted by Scott Petter, Will Orders is fast in the Hillary's rear-wheel drive. The long, open straights allowing the Nissan to really stretch its legs to a top speed of 192 kilometres an hour. Jack Monkhouse is unable to capitalise in the Fibertech Silvia. Conditions in recce were slippery, and despite a top speed of 196 k's, he's too cautious, 5th quickest.
Your 500 metres to go.
Interestingly, both he and Will Orders hit the brakes within a metre of each other after almost 1 kilometre.
Awesome, mate.
The surprise is Eli Evans. Against the predictions, he records the fastest time across the 9.4k stage. 5 minutes and 1 second, 2 in front of Orders. With the top speed 10 kilometres an hour less,
Right, 7, very
Honda is
slippy.
quicker through the corners, and that's without taking a big cut the others do.
100.
Scott Petter is the first to test the shortcut, but it fails to deliver. Any gain in time is lost when he scrubs off speed, unable to carry it through the tighter corner.
Into 7 right. 50. Souffle crest 200. Flat brow 100. Flat brow 59 right. Into 10 left. 100. Finish 200. Okay, 504.4.
Mick Patton uses the cut too, but the Repco Fiesta is in trouble on the same corner.
Start the car. Keep going, keep going. Let's go.
He and Bernie Webb gather up what's left of the Repco Fiesta and head back to service. It's Molly Taylor in the Hino Fiesta who sets the early pace in the R2 class. The R3 Fiesta of Brad Sanders and Bernie O'Halloran fails to fire in SS3, breaking a left front control arm, forcing the Victorians out for the morning. They will return this afternoon, only to break the other control arm and permanently withdraw.
Left 4.
Baines Gully is part of Mount Crawford, one of the most well-used pieces of rally road in the country. Evans and Weston again set the pace, the Honda covering the 17 kilometres in 10 minutes and 37 seconds. A time faster than any other, including all four-wheel drive turbo entrants.
Slight crest over jump maybe.
The Honda hits hard over the jump 2k into the stage and cracks the windscreen.
50.
It'll be the first of several screens broken here today.
Then big crest.
Just caution that crest.
150, yep. Wide entry, fast right 3. Or wide exit slippy. 150. Short left 10.
Arguably, Petter and Moscott should have beaten the Honda, but being clean and fast is a vital component of winning stages. And the Swiss Renault team make one slip that might have cost them the stage victory.
Turn 5 left, cut to trees. Turn 5 left, cut to trees. In now, there now. 100. 10 left. 200. Clip, turn 6 left, neat. Repeat, clip, turn 6 left, neat. 300. Turn 2 left plus, room. 400. Smooth, beautiful. Medium crest, brake 20. Turn 2 right plus. Medium crest brake 20. Turn 2 right plus. 50. Crest into the jumps about 100 to 110 speed. Crest into brow 50. Dip left on jump 30. 5 right neat. Aim straight. 5 right neat. Turn 3 left over bump 100. 10 right on crest, cut to small tree, 100.
had a big moment in there and had a deflating rear tyre, so to be off, I think a couple of seconds off Eli is pretty good.
With Evans opening up an 8-second lead overall, Scott Pettit finds himself holding off a hard-charging Mazda 2.
So it's a close battle. Eli's just that half a second of K out in front. He got us by 6 then and another 4 earlier. So keep pushing on. We're learning the roads. The car's feeling really good.
Crest and Care, Crest left 4.
Not so good for the second Renault. Despite the call from Bill Hayes, the car swaps ends on Tom Wilde on the slippery surface.
6 plus slippy, 250. Whoa. You're right, start it. Take time, go forward. Go forward. You're right, keep going. Doing the good. Okay, stay calm, get back into it. 250, big long crest. 50, turn left 5, cut maybe, big long crest. 50, turn left 5, cut maybe, neat fast exit. 450. Turn right, 450.
Will Orders is 4th fastest. The Hillary Sylvia might be a second of K slower than Eli Evans, but he has the measure of the other Sylvia by 2 seconds. Jack Monkhouse, on the other hand, is the showman. His skills as a professional precision driver obvious over the jumps. And with a top speed cracking 200 kilometres an hour on the final straight, he and John Allen are literally flying to the finish.
Awesome. 7 left 50. Language, sunshine. Sorry, mate, my fault. 9 right, opens 100. 100 flat to the end. Yep, well done, mate.
Nick Box is not so lucky in the 370Z. The later model Nissan is heavier and still in development. The heavier the car, the harder they fall, and the All-Star Garage Nissan lands hard.
Tree flat.
Bits break off everywhere, but the most crucial is the radiator bracket, and with it, vital engine coolant that will stop him reaching SS5.
Then crest flat. 150. Turn right, 3.5, muddy fast, opens. So turning right 3 here, muddy fast, opens. 200, brake on rise middle into right 4 neat. So you're braking on rise middle into right 4 neat, then caution left 4 posts. So it's right 4 neat, then caution left 4 posts. Caution left 4 posts. 50, drop left through posts. So drop left through posts into left 5, muddy. So dropping left through post here, into left 5, muddy.
We really need to go a fair way up in the spring rate, I think, and do some valving work on the shockies. It doesn't jump very well, so we've landed too hard and smashed the sump guard off and damaged the radiator, which in the end has cooked the motor. Yeah, it's pretty painful, so we're all going to have a few beers tonight.
Box had been trading times with Mark Pedder and Michael Bowden, but the West Australian was not going down without a fight. Even with a damaged car, Box beats Bowden home by 2 seconds to retain 7th outright. But it's a hollow and very temporary victory, with Box now sidelined. Molly Taylor is lucky not to be sidelined also. The Hino Fiesta has been having problems with gear selection, and now it won't start. Teamwork gets the car off the line for SS5, Seb Marshall holding the gear linkage firm that has come adrift from the car. Between them, they make the finish, but teammate Adrian Coppen beats them by 4 seconds. Junior Guy Tyler steals a march on his opposition in the older model Clio, beating Michael Busby in the RX-7 and Steve McKenzie in the 2-litre Fiesta ST to record a personal best performance. The battle up front heats up too. Scott Pettis snatching the early stage win by 0.6 of a second from Eli Evans. And that after colliding with a tree root a K from the finish.
8 right, in on crest.
Just another 8 seconds stands between Scott Pedder and the rally lead. And a very determined Eli Evans. We'll be back in a moment. top three drivers in the East Coast Bullbars Australian Rally Championship remain unchanged at the start of SS6, the repeat run of Baines Gully. But Brendan Reeves reverses the positions and keeps the fight for second alive with Scott Petter. Petter leads him by just 4 seconds overall, but gives away the same amount to Evans. Will Orders maintains pressure on the three chasing the podium. The Hillary's entry now has to watch his back. Tom Wild's rally hasn't started the way he wanted. He is slowly and steadily increasing the pace. By the end of SS6, he's into 5th outright and 15 behind Orders.
Caution, stay right on jump. Repeating, caution, stay right on jump.
Mark Petter has his best run so far. He and Claire Ryan are 6 seconds behind the Wild Hayes combo.
9 right entry, 5 left. Straight through 150. Care jump 50. Mid-brow 20. Turn 3 right after gate. So mid-brow 20. Turn 3 right after gate. 150. Right through gate into crump 50.
Guy Tyler's good run in SS5 turns in 6 when the wheels fall off his campaign. Capturing the moment on his smartphone is Adam Gaskell. Next stage, Corriton, is new for 2013, using several kilometres of the well-used and respected Tweeden stage from previous years. SS7 runs through the farm and vineyards amongst the big gums. The Shire roads are fast and flowing. Eli Evans wastes no time.
Opens 8. 50. Right 10. Then short right 9. Into short left 10 over crest. Brake 30, right 4. Over crest like camber, open 70. Caution left 10 over jump, short right 10.
50. Flat right on brow, flat left on crest, brake 35 right on crest.
Scott Petter is next on the road and he jumps back into second in stage.
Into flat right on crest, 50, flat left, flat right, 100.
After 14 kilometres, just half a second separate the Honda and the Renault.
I was actually hoping that we'd pull a bigger gap than that because I had a real go through there, and I'm assuming Scott did too because half a second, that was nothing. We took some risks in there and it paid off, and I'm thankful that we did, because if I probably didn't, Scott would have pulled a big chunk of time back on us. So it's a bit of a tussle at the moment.
It is close. We had some alignment problems, so we just fixed them now. So he doesn't know that, and well, I think we've got some more speed in us this afternoon. Maybe not 14 seconds, but enough to give him a scare, I think.
Into 9 right, in on sharp jump.
Brendan Reeves is next, and he's just 5 seconds behind the lead pair. Interestingly, 3 different makes are quicker than any of the four-wheel drive Imprezas or Evos competing in the East Coast Bullbars four-wheel drive National Series.
On the jump, brake 40. 5 plus right, in over brow, open slippy. Then 9 right, caution 10 plus left on brake sharp. 9 right, 200. Keep left, jump 10 right, then 150 feet.
The task of bringing the Hillary's Sylvia home in 4th is getting harder each stage. The Nissan's engine is working on the limit to keep up with the late model high-performance front-wheel drives.
It's been a bit of an up for us this morning. You know, we've had a disastrous run the first 2 rounds of the championship. You know, we've all worked so hard to, you know, do what we do, and you know, finally something's paying off for us. You know, we're not winning, but we're about as, you know, as good as we can go in an old rear-wheel drive car. So we're pretty happy with it.
And narrow right 1 minus.
But Orders has Tom Wild breathing down his neck.
And short flat right 70. Right 1 hug, braking 30. Brow left 4 minus. Right 1 hug, braking 30. Brow left 4 minus. 30 left 4. Left 4. Into right 4. 30 left 3. 30 left 3. 50 long right 5. 50 now. Long right 5. Into left 3 narrow.
Second Renault is just 5 seconds behind the Nissan by the end of stage. The times are not showing on the leaderboard.
I don't know where I just can't get close to the guys up front at the moment, so we've been fiddling with the car and trying to use excuses there, but I don't think it's that either.
Jack Monkhouse, on the other hand, is just 0.2 of a second behind Wild by stage end, and just 1 second for fifth
10
outright.
left 30, 10 right, 100, 9 right 50, Brow under 6 left 50. 7 left into 7 right 50, 8 left 80, 5 right 30, 5 right up here 30, 7 left in and 10 right 50, 8 right on Brow and 8 left 50, 7 right narrow exits and 8 left 50, 8 left tighten 6, 180.
Although well back in overall terms, Mark Petter shows good form to be just a second behind Monkhouse in the other Honda Jazz. A good finish this weekend will be vital to supporting his teammate in manufacturer terms.
Care jump into dip, 50. 10 left on crest cut. 10 right slippy, 20 wide entry, 2 left on crest.
Right for late, 6 left of a crest.
Our expat international guest Molly Taylor is quickest of the 1600s across Corriton, and she steps up over teammate Adrian Coppin to take the class lead in Scouts Rally SA.
And 8 left minus, 50. Late, 9 right on crest.
If you'd like the chance to win the world's best rally experience, then visit ecb.com.au. Thanks to East Coast Bullbars, the world's best alloy bull bars, there are flights for 2 and VIP tickets to the Coates Hire Rally Australia at Coffs Harbour in September, plus a hot lap with one of the top teams in the ARC. Check the website for details. The afternoon special stages in Heat 1 of the East Coast Bullbars ARC are centred around the forest at Mount Crawford. Jack Monkhouse never makes it. After a brilliant run through Corriton, the Fibertech Sylvia is losing water.
Glad we caught it in the transport section, not on the stage, because it would have been good for engine. So a few of the guys were like, "Oh no, just put some water back in it, you'll be right to get to the end of the stage." And I'm like, I don't want to blow up engines, and the water was actually coming out faster than going in. So at least we caught it when we did and got a tow back here, and we're trying to get it ready for the last 2 today.
The rest of the field lines up for Tower 1, the reverse run of Baines Gully. Brendan Reeves pushes the Mazda 2 in ahead of Scott Petter.
Into short left 8 over crest.
Nothing separates the top 3 cars, all using the shortest line possible to the finish. Eli Evans uses it to best effect, 3.5 in front of the Mazda.
Crest into right 8. 50, keep right over crest.
After 18 kilometres of racing, just 0.1 separates Reeves and Petter. Adrian Coppin's Ford Fiesta leads Steve McKenzie by 3 seconds, but both have the legs on Molly Taylor in the Hino Fiesta.
4 left.
Here we go.
Into late 7 right long of a crest.
While the Fiestas are a popular choice for R2 competition, Tony Moore and his wife have joined this round in a budget entry R1 spec Fiesta. Using a kit supplied by M Sport in the UK, the Moores purchased a damaged Fiesta, stripped it and fitted the kit including safety roll cage. The total cost, including purchasing the car, making it ready for competition, was less than 25 grand, and they're competing with the best rally teams in the country. He and Nicky might not be able to win the Australian Rally Championship, but after serving an apprenticeship in Hyundais, they're out here competing and having a ball. Not so for Michael Busby.
Right entry, late 8 left, cut narrows. narrows, 130.
Got no power.
The junior entrant out for the weekend. Pedder, meantime, grabs the stage win through the repeat of Gum Flat. But the gap to first is still 14 seconds, and he'll need to do more if he wants a heat win today.
20.
Likewise, Brendan Reeves has been unable to make any impression on second place. Pedder is holding a 10-second margin, and the Mazda 2 has been unable to erode the Renault's advantage.
30. This is 4 right. 7 left medium, tightens 5. 40. 4 left, short, slippy, switch, 6 right in on crest. Immediate 4 left down, 26 right, into 9 left tightens, 6 in, 9 left tightens, 6 in a 6 right medium camber. In the 7 left, water splash, slippy opens, 50, sharp jump, go 150, 7 right cut, 120, caution slippy 5 left, very narrow exit, 40, straight rail 120.
Weaving through the gum trees, Will Orders is beaten by Tom Wild. Finally, the West Australian team breaks the hoodoo of 5th and gets closer to the front runners.
Medium left 4 in and into very long right 2, tightens at fence.
The performance of the rear drive Sylvias has also been a concern for Michael Bowden in the LG Polo. But through the repeat of Gum Flat, he is nearly 2 seconds a kilometre quicker than his first pass this morning. The result is a PB for the day, a stage 6th. Molly Taylor has been swapping the 1600 class lead all day with her Innate Motorsport teammate, Adrian Coppin. In a personal battle, Mackenzie and Searcy pull out all the stops and the spare wheel to give themselves the best chance of beating the international guest. Molly Taylor beats him in stage by 1/10 of a second.
She's our benchmark for the weekend, so yeah, that's good to be that close. Yeah, good on you.
But the heat win in 1600 relies on Adrian Coppin maintaining his 3-second lead going into this stage. Coppin is last to run.
Turn left through.
It's enough. He and Tim Batten claim victory in Heat 1 by 1.5 seconds.
Go like fuck again.
Only 2 of the lead outright cars beat their first time, and Tom Wild is 1. He lifts to 2nd in stage, matching Will Order's time, but is unable to wrest 4th outright from the Hillary's hotel outfit.
It's a bastard. 70.
Jack Monkhouse rejoins for the final stage of the day. He's stuck in 3rd gear after the selector fails.
8 right tightens, bump narrow.
Any thoughts of second place in heat go out the door when the Mazda 2 overshoots an early right-hander.
8 right tightens, bump narrow. Pardon?
No way. It's a 5 right.
200. 8 right fast.
Arian.
50, that's what it looked like, sorry. Slippy entry 8 minus left. So 8 right fast. 50, slippy entry 8 minus left, bump. Dip jump. 250, flat rail. 150, brake early, 6 left through gate.
Mark Pedder leaves his best till last as well, finishing 5th in the final stage. Maybe having the family watching from the chopper spurs him on. He and Claire Ryan deliver their best effort for the day, 5th.
Once in a lifetime experience for them, and it's great to be able to get them up in the air and watch us through a stage.
How'd it go for you?
Yeah, look, it's been a good and bad day. Like, my times aren't where I want them to be, and I'm probably lacking a bit of confidence early on, but the times are getting a little bit better. We're just a little bit inconsistent at the moment, so we've just got to keep plugging away.
Brother Scott is only 4 seconds off Evans' pace and resigned to the heat positions. While making no issue of it, he's been driving without instrumentation in the Swiss Renault all day.
Yeah, look, we just had some minor little problems today that sort of kept us off Eli's pace, and full credit to him, he's going very well, and not having electronics with the shift lights and all that, just little things just make a big difference. And at this level, you can't have those little things go wrong.
Another heat win to Eli Evans and Glenn Weston, but 4 manufacturer brands make up the top 5 in the Australian Rally Championship, and that makes for an exciting future in this competition. We'll hear from the man who led the revival in just a few moments.
My family got me into rallying a long time ago, and I've just, ever since I've seen a rally car, the first car I saw, I would have been about 3 weeks old, can't remember that, but I've grown up through rallying. The decision to go two-wheel drive is, for me, the only way to go. The sport would have been dead if we had to stay with four-wheel drive. We wouldn't be having this interview right now if we had to stay with four-wheel drive. We have to get manufacturers back, we have to keep the sport fresh and relevant. I grew up, idolising people like the Possumborns, the Neil Bates, the Ross Duncanons, Greg Carrs and those sort of people, and being out in the forest like people have for many years watching these guys. And I wanted to get the sport back to where it was today, and it's fantastic to be involved in I think, the next chapter of the Australian Rally Championship. Yeah, I think the accident here in 2010 was a big wake-up call for me. You get to a point where, you drive sort of 9.9 tenths and confidence. I won the first 2 rounds and had an unfortunate crash in round 3, came here, knew that I could beat Simon Evans here, and I just went above where I could drive, and and I've always been very proud of my pace notes, and I made a pace noting error. It took me probably 6 months to realise that, and I come back here 3 years later, and I'll hopefully fix those problems. Said if I ever write a book, it'll be called Chasing Evans, because I've gone from Simon now to Eli, and they are two very different drivers. Simon is raw pace. Eli certainly has that similar pace, but Eli this year has got a bit of a Cody Cocker about him. He's incredibly consistent, and obviously he's got a great team and a great car that's been around for a few years, so it's going to be very, very difficult to beat him. We've got some work to do on the car, and I'm still learning, so pace-wise we're there, but we just need to keep the consistency up.
While Scott Petter has helped change the face and direction of the Australian Rally Championship, ironically, it seems he's the only person who can stop Eli Evans from changing another aspect of the sport's history this weekend. If Evans wins today, he'll beat Possumborn's record of 8 consecutive rally wins. For Will Orders, there are more pressing matters of engine reliability in the Nissan.
No change for today. Still there's not a lot we can do here and now, so we just got to press on with what we were doing yesterday and deal with it later on.
No change in the Kumo camp either.
In South Australia generally being in winter is a cold, wet event. Probably one of the easiest events for the driver's selection of tyres. Particularly this weekend, we've had a few intermittent showers. It's been quite cold, so basically all the drivers have stuck to the R800 all weekend, and been no change.
Heat 2 begins in Honeysuckle, a fast, flowing Shire road through farm country to the southeast of the Adelaide CBD. Eli Evans is faultless through SS12. The replacement of the windscreen overnight meant a new Honda banner. But it doesn't last long.
Crest long.
It's a 6-second gap back to Brendan Reeves.
Flat 7 left opens, 50, 7 right hug into 4 left tightens half.
Scott Petter is just half a second behind though and pushing on, still without the instrumentation that provides gear shift lights, engine revs and other vital information about the car. No change as predicted for Will Orders. Like yesterday, the Hillary's Hotel entry laying claim to 4th in stage. Man 4 has a reputation for a tunnel and a couple of jumps, the one at the railway crossing of most concern. Scott Petter turns the table on Reeves through SS13 and defies the sceptics about the speed over the railway crossing. A more balanced approach from Reeves, but he drops second place outright to Petter as a result.
I think it's only 0.9 between us after a couple of stages, so that's good. That's what pushes you to go faster all the time, but the Mazda 2's done a good job this morning.
Tom Wild drops, but only to the ground after the jump. As he and Bill Hayes race on to 4th in stage and 4th outright.
Just tweaked the rear suspension to try and hold the car a little bit more stable in the fast stuff, and it seemed to work. So it's changes like that I'm still learning this year. So so it worked for us, and we're quicker in there. So we'll try and get a bit more confidence in the afternoon. And
flat left, flat right.
The 11-kilometre stage is tricky and waiting to catch the unwary. Even our rally leader.
Short right 9. Listen.
Yeah, it's just slippery, mate.
Okay. 150, flat right. 50, care, short right 7, line over crest in. 50, short right 7 over slight crest. 50, right 9 in, breakthrough easy, left 7, links turn fast 4. 50, tunnel, turn fast left 1 sharp, watch your braking here. 50, right 10, short left 10 over crest, then right 9 opens over crest.
Somehow he and Weston still win the stage, but it's been a close reminder about just how easy it is to throw everything away.
Sorry, mate.
That was difficult, eh?
Yeah, we had it marked slippy too, but I just didn't believe it. It looks the same as every other stage, but it's not. It's completely different, and it's really challenging piece of road. And we found ourselves on the wrong side of a left-hander on the right-hand side of the road, and trying to get back on the road a few times. But lucky our time was still competitive. We were pushing pretty hard through there, and we got through.
7 left over medium crest.
Pedder hits back through Cromer. This is the stage that ended his 2010 campaign and changed the face of rallying in Australia.
Flat left on crest. 80.
He leaves an indelible mark on it this year, though, by 0.5 of a second over Eli Evans. And the record books will show he returned to beat the stage that beat him in 2010. Whether the replacement instrumentation dash made the difference, who knows? But the gesture from Tom Wild to swap them was all in the team's spirit.
Yeah, basically that was a gesture to me for him to try and win. He's in a better position to win the rally, so it's something that we had a chat about, and it's something that would happen if we were in a factory team as well. So quite mechanically minded, and I haven't really had that much dramas changing without the lights and that sort of thing anyway. My speed's actually quite good today.
Spec Gully is back in the forest and utilises the cleared section across the top of Mount Crawford, used last year in the inaugural Pedder's Power Stage. It's a spectacular vantage point from the air. We are treated to some very special close-up images of rally action as Eli Evans leads the way.
Right 8. Then caution, fast right 5 line over crest in. 120. Fast left 8 cut. Then care, breakthrough easy, right 9 over crest, through gate. Tightens easy, short 4, immediate turn left 3, late in. Short left 8. Flat right, short left 9. 50, flat right long for 120.
6 minus right in sharp crest. 6 minus right in sharp crest. 200.
The Mazda 2 is next fastest, 3 seconds behind the Honda.
Ray Curley, 10 right short on brow, 40, 6 right through gate, 30.
5 right on crest.
Pedder is 0.8 behind and hasn't been able to capitalise on his previous stage win.
Really well, buddy. Flat brow 100 in, 10 left, 50. Great crest, gate, 7 right, entry. Turn 3 left. Opens 100. 10 left. 100. Flat right 100. 8 left. In over brow. Narrow gate.
Right 3 through gate. 30. Turn left 6. Care in.
Tom Wild is 4 off his teammate, but isn't able to claw back enough time over Will Orders, who snatched back 4th outright through Cromer.
Long flat right in, braking 50, short left 3,
into narrow gate, short right 2 plus, braking 50, left 6 wide, 6 wide, 250, wide entry.
The Hillary's Nissan screams across the open forest. The sideways action of the Sylvia, classic rear-wheel drive.
Don't go wide, 150, cut flat left, then brake brown, 9 right, cut flat left, brake brown, 9 right through gate, turn 3 left, 9 right through gate, turn 3 left. Distance, 9 left.
Jack Monkhouse is slower than orders, but there's no less showmanship.
Four right, 120.
With a blink and a nod, the Fibertech Sylvia disappears back into the forest.
8 left, 30.
The quickest R2 is Molly Taylor in the Hino-backed Fiesta. She and Seb Marshall beat their Innate Motorsports stablemate by just 0.1 of a second, showing just how close this formula of rallying really is. In Heat 2, though, the Hino Scouts Fiesta will maintain dominance and level up the Heat wins for the Innate Motorsport team cars. Just 3 stages to go in the East Coast Bullbars ARC. That's coming up next. A new stage in Scouts Rally SA is HQ, so named because it begins in the forestry headquarters across the main road from Mount Crawford and uses a combination of shire and forestry roads. When fractions of seconds are the difference between winning and losing, finding the straightest line is critical. Eli Evans is first car on the road and he weaves through the trees to record a time of 3 minutes 20.8 for the 6K stage.
Short left 2 narrow.
The master of this discipline, Scott Pedder, who learnt the art from our own Ross Dunkerton, finds a cut and wins the stage by 1.6 seconds. The 400 metres from the Scouts gate to the forested left-hander saves him just over a second.
Repeat, don't cut. 200. 10 right clip, out.
Brendan Reeves follows the road and he too drops time to an informed Tom Wilde, who grabs the advantage and 3rd place in stage by using the same cut.
Left 3 plus clip, left 3 plus clip, 150. Turn left 6 around low stump, left 6 around low stump.
Tony and Nikki Moore don't use the cut. Time is not quite of the same essence for them in their first outing with the R1 Fiesta. Will Orders is 5th through HQ, but the Sylvia is struggling, and the Hillary's Nissan will become a casualty after the engine cries enough soon after. Goldfields is considered one of the best stages in the ARC by Pedder. He and Moscott are fast across the 16 kilometres of Shire roads.
9 right, 100. Short right 10.
But Evans is again faster.
Over crest, short left 9. Short right 8.
The Rally School Mazda 2 is 3rd, but 5 behind the Honda and Renault. Monkhouse is right on the Mazda's tail. The Fibertech Sylvia just 2 seconds behind.
It's down, eh?
6 left, opens down. 50.
Mark Pedder and Claire Ryan have a moment that costs them 6th outright.
100. You're right.
Yep.
Okay, we're on 5 right.
The LG VW Polo slips into position for the final stage, Tweeden. With just 1 second advantage over Mark Pedder, Michael Bowden is all out to hold position over the longest stage of the event.
Press 6 left, press 6 left, 80, 1.5 right long, half right long.
The second Honda is equal to the task though, crossing the finish in 16 minutes 34.8 seconds, 1.9 ahead, and more importantly, grabbing back 6th place from the Warhope Warrior.
50.
At 32 kilometres, this is a true test of endurance, and the expectation of completing such a long final stage after a weekend of competition is high.
Keep right crest 150. 10 right 150. I think we're at 8. Okay.
So close, yet so far for Monkhouse and Allen. They are sidelined without a finish for round 3.
Short right 5 clean.
The stage is tough on everyone.
Left 9. 70 dip.
Tyres are going off.
Halfway now.
The wide open roads of this final stage don't suit the Renault. The ratios in the gearbox mean Pedder gives away top end to the Honda, but he's still next home by only 4 seconds in the end.
Flat right 50.
Brendan Reeves slips in 5 seconds behind, lead 3 cars, Honda, Renault and Mazda, showing how close competition is in the ARC in 2013. But the Honda is on top, meaning the legendary Possum Bourne's event-winning streak has been surpassed.
9 wins for the Honda Jazz in a row and 9 wins for Glenn in a row. That's something special, something I'll always remember and something I'll cherish with Honda tonight.
So a record-breaking heat win for Eli Evans today, leading Scott Pedder home by 18 seconds. Brendan Reeves is another 16 behind in third, with Tom Wilde playing catch-up for fourth. Mark Pedder is rewarded with another position in heat after Jack Monkhouse failed to finish. In championship terms, Eli Evans extends his lead, but 2 Renaults now occupy second and third. Brendan Reeves finally makes an appearance in the top 5, displacing Jack Monkhouse into 5th. And in the manufacturer stakes, Renault is just holding off Honda. Next stop in the East Coast Bullbars Australian Rally Championship is the Sunshine State for the International Rally of Queensland. Trust you'll join us then. Bye for now.